Okay, I'm gonna do a quick Google, I think. Oh, okay, someone's got a link. Perfect, thank you. Don't know why it wasn't showing up for me, but we've got it now. Okay, let's go.
Hello, everyone.
Thank
I'm
you,
Eiji Aonuma,
Wavoon.
producer of the Legend of Zelda series.
Let me know if the volume's okay.
First, I have some news. Development on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now complete. Thank you very much for waiting. Many of you are looking forward to this game, and we've released a few trailers so far.
Yeah. Okay.
Although
if the game's complete, we could just break into Nintendo and play it today.
I'm going to actually play the game for you all today and show you what it's like.
This is what I want out of you, Aonuma. Just play the game for like 10 minutes.
Let's begin. Here we are in the land of Hyrule.
Okay,
like
so
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a vast world to
we're playing as weird ancient
Of
past
course,
Link.
it's not just the same world as is. It's changed in many ways.
Horses are back.
The changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself when the game launches. In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky. You'll notice some landmasses floating up there. We call them Sky Islands.
Yeah, makes sense to call them Sky Islands. They're islands in the sky.
You're probably wondering something. How do you get to the Sky Islands when they're so high up?
The swirly portals.
If we take a look... Oh,
yeah.
Something's falling from the sky. Do you see it?
Oh,
I wonder what that is.
Are we gonna
Let's
go
head over to it.
Are we gonna go get onto that rock and then use the Sheikah Slate to rewind time and ride
We're
it
almost
back
at the
up?
spot where the object fell.
Ooh, we have some kind of new ability on the L button.
Okay, let's use one of Link's new abilities.
Yeah, this is the new Sheikah Slate ability to rewind time. Oh, this is... Oh, that's
It
neat.
started rising.
You
This
rewind
power is known as
time.
Recall, which rewinds an object's movement.
Ha!
Since I just used recall on the fallen rock, I
Yeah,
can now
you can put
rise
food
into
on the
sky.
D-pad now.
We're a lot closer to the Sky Islands. Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them.
Oh.
There are a few other Sky Islands floating here too.
You get up to the Sky Islands by rewinding time on
There are
fallen
lots
objects.
of ways to reach the Sky Islands, so we hope you'll try a few different methods.
Okay, there are multiple methods. Interesting.
Okay, now we're on a slightly bigger Sky Island. Just like on the surface, there are several man-made structures. Some trees are also growing here.
Oh, I'll pause for a second, Cal. Boulders can definitely be rewound. We saw it in a different trailer. A boulder was rolling down a hill towards Link, and Link rewound it back up the hill and made it hit enemies on its way back up. That is definitely doable.
You won't see many of those yellow trees on the surface, though.
The floor there looked like the right
Let's walk
joke
around
one.
for a bit. There's a branch on the ground. When you find something like this, you should pick it up. It might come in handy later. Let's continue.
Okay. If we got tree branches, we probably still have weapon
something's there.
durability.
This is a brand new enemy called a construct.
Also, what's that new L icon ability in the top left? A sword with like a glowing radiance on it? But yeah, oh, I like this enemy type.
We'll fight it using the branch we just picked up. Ah, the branch broke. Not good, not good. Quick, get another branch.
Okay, weapon durability is back, everyone.
We defeated it. Moving on.
Yeah, this is very Skyward Swordish.
We've now explored more of this Sky Island. As expected, fighting with just a branch won't get us very far. Also, this branch is almost broken. So here's another one of Link's new abilities. If we use this branch and the rock over here, and do this, look, we can stick them together. We created a makeshift hammer. This is called Fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects.
Oh,
Let's take on another construct with this fused weapon.
Ha!
We're dealing with two of them at once.
I like that the boulder shrinks
good
when
one.
it's, like, in your inventory.
The weapon's attack has definitely improved.
Okay, and you upped the durability back up
The
by,
other
like...
branch broke, but this weapon has much better durability.
Huh.
You can do all sorts of things by experimenting with the fuse ability. You
Okay.
can fuse two weapons, for example. If we take this long stick and fuse it with a
Oh
pitchfork,
my god, are we gonna make a, like, double length?
we can create a weapon with a much longer attack range.
Oh, that's great! Oh, I
With
genuinely
this,
love
we
this.
don't have to get too close to enemies, and we can safely attack from a distance. You can also fuse arrows with materials in your inventory.
Weapon
For
combination
instance, try
is...
fusing this leaf to an arrow.
Oh, and that's gonna make it
Fuse
into a
an
wind
ice
arrow.
elemental material to an arrow, and you can freeze faraway enemies.
Oh,
Very useful.
okay. They're already showing a bunch
addition,
of shit that has me excited.
Let's see. Ah, there's a bird flying around. If you're out hunting, you might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult. Apparently, my eyes can't track fast-moving objects as of late, so my shots rarely land.
Okay, this is gonna be the homing arrows.
So at times like these, here's an eyeball you can get by
Oh!
defeating monsters.
Oh,
Fuse it
you're
to an
making the
arrow
monster drops
and-
actually useful. It makes so
it
much
honed
sense
in
that
on
an
the target.
eyeball would be what makes it a homing arrow.
Let's try this on another bird.
Oh, speedrunners are gonna make some ridiculous fucking weapons.
I'll just fire in that general direction.
Like, there's gonna be
Very
some
simple.
thing that's way better than the
Depending on what
Master
you
Sword
stick
that's like,
together,
aha,
the
this
fuse
is
ability
the
could also
killer
be
weapon.
beneficial for hunting.
How long can you make a weapon by just fusing
I
more stuff
fused a
to it?
mushroom to my shield. Now, you're probably wondering if this has any use. Well, this mushroom is actually a puff shroom.
Are you
Let's
gonna
fight an enemy
apply
with
stun effect to your shield?
it. I blocked with the shield.
Ha!
Okay, there's smoke now. The enemy's lost sight of Link, so... attack!
Okay, this is genuinely
Even if
fascinating.
you struggle with combat, you can take down
I
enemies
really
using similar
didn't know what
methods.
to expect out of them, but
In
oh,
the previous game, you'd usually
you've
get
really
powerful
justified
weapons by
making a
defeating
sequel to
strong
this.
enemies. But in this game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon. There are even more gameplay options for sticking things together. Let me demonstrate. Some of the Sky Islands even have rivers.
Yeah, how
You'll
many
wanna cross
things
this
can
one,
you make
but
into a single
swimming
weapon?
across it, well, the river's too wide for that. We need a boat.
Yeah, I'm so
Of course,
interested
there
in what
isn't
the
anything
like
that resembles
shrine
a
or
boat
dungeon
around
design's
here.
gonna be.
So,
Oh, are we making a
we'll
weapon?
lift up
We're
this
making a
log
vehicle now.
and attach it to a second log. Let's do one more. We'll bring this over here and attach a third
It doesn't
log.
seem like there's any kind of meter that like
It's a
is
makeshift raft.
limiting your
This is
ability to
another
do
new
this.
ability called Ultra Hand. Even though the logs are currently attached, they can be detached. Let's modify the shape of the raft.
Okay.
You can always attach things or detach them like this.
Ah, yeah, people are gonna make so
Now,
much
if we
ridiculous.
put this on the
Oh,
water,
you know
it's
entirely
made
why
of
this
wood,
exists.
so the buoyancy will keep it afloat.
Yeah, you know exactly why this exists. It's because of people who worked out how to make like airships out of the Octorok balloons and the Korok leaves and just like that nonsense. They're like, oh yeah, what if we just like gave you more tools for silliness?
We've made a simplified version of a
Ah.
boat. However, it won't move in its current state, so we'll
Yeah.
need something to propel it
Oh,
forward.
yeah. Attach a cuckoo to an arrow. Fire a cuckoo
There's
at the
something
boss.
here. Let's try hitting it. Oh, wind. It's blowing wind.
Oh, okay,
Looks like
limited
we found
battery
a fan.
power.
Why don't we try attaching it?
Okay, it does recharge. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be the sort of limitation to prevent you just,
We'll
like,
attach another
auto
This
flying
should
to
make
the end of the
boat well
world.
balanced.
Yeah, God, this game... I'm not surprised this has taken, like, 5 years
Okay, they're attached.
to make. This seems like...
All right, let's try moving the boat. Hey,
This seems
it's
like
moving.
a QA nightmare.
It's sailing pretty fast with the wind from the fans. Since we added 2 fans, we should be able to cross the river in no time. All right, we reached the other side.
Oh.
In the most recent trailer, we showed scenes of Link riding a large car and a flying machine.
Yeah.
Those vehicles actually aren't in the game from the start. Instead, you'll be
Yeah.
able to freely craft
As
them
we
on
assumed.
your own.
Yeah, this is not...
There are
Yeah,
all
you
sorts of
just
objects
come up
you'll
with your own
across in this
vehicles.
game. And depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them. So, try crafting different things and explore this world at your leisure. There are even more new abilities. Take this building over here. Okay, watch this.
Okay.
Look, I passed right through the ceiling. This new ability is called Ascend. If you're in a place with a ceiling, you can go through.
Is that
to
just
the floor
any
above you.
place with a ceiling?
There are some restrictions, but what's great about this ability is that as long as there's a ceiling, you can use it anywhere.
Anywhere with a ceiling.
For example, this place has a cave with a hill right above it. If we use the ability here,
Okay.
keep going. Okay, we emerged at the top of the hill. In the previous game, you had to use stamina to climb a mountain. But
Okay.
in this game,
I really
if
feel
there's a
like this is
mountain
going to
with
be
a
another
cave
Breath
like
of the
this
Wild
one,
in terms of like,
you
oh,
can now
oh
get to
shit,
the top
people getting
without
caught off
having
guard
to climb
by
all
it.
the way up. Here's another example. Imagine you're stuck in a cage. If it's got a ceiling, you know what to do, right?
Yeah, right? The
Exactly.
problem with trying to climb in the rain, just
Oh,
run
there's
inside
another
and
construct.
zip up.
It seems to be holding a strange weapon.
Oh,
Some
enemies can
are
fuse
equipped with
weapons.
fused weapons,
Yeah.
so battles will play out a bit differently from the previous game.
Okay, so more
It blew me away with wind.
enemy weapon
like it's got
variety
some sort of
because
fan.
they'll have like Minecrafted.
Ah! I got pushed off. Oh well, let's just return to the surface.
Oh yeah, no, someone will mod this shit into the original Breath
You
of the
can
Wild.
quickly
Someone will
descend
make
from
that
the
happen.
sky to the surface like this.
This is so
It
this
feels
is so
so good.
Skyward Sword.
In the sky, you'll be able to look out across the land. You can also search for destinations that pique your interest. Once you've chosen your destination, you can speed things up, like this. Let's dive into this river. And we're back on the surface. There are still so many things I'd like to show you, but let's leave it at that for now.
No, let's not leave it at that for now. I want more.
What did you think? Some of Link's new abilities were updated from the previous game. I'm sure some of you watching me play were thinking, wait, if you could do that, then maybe you could do this too. In this game, you can do a lot of things just by thinking about what's even possible.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of new gameplay, mysteries, and encounters we couldn't show today, but they're all jam-packed into this unfamiliar Hyrule, and we hope you'll use your imagination to explore.
Yeah, they've made the Legend of Minecraft.
That's all for today. Thank you for
Are we
watching.
really not seeing the Tears of the Kingdom OLED Switch today? Oh yeah, no, we're about to see it. He said that's all for today, and I was like, okay, I want to rewatch that footage in a second. Oh god, we're only 6 weeks away from this. Fuck. I'm gonna go through the bingo card and see whether we got anything, and then I'm gonna like rewind back to the start of this because I want to watch this through again now that I know what we're looking at. Yeah, you see what I mean about the yeah. So that is definitely the 3 Ocarina of Time gems on the dock. Yeah, new OLED Switch edition. I don't need another OLED Switch, but it looks so nice. That is a really nice special edition design. Okay, oh, the OLED comes out on the 28th of next month, so like 2 weeks before the game. Interesting, so the game does not come with the Switch. Okay, So having a quick look what we actually got. Tears of the Kingdom OLED Switch. We got that. New weapon type, I guess. How Sky Mechanic works. Yes. Let me bring this over so you can see me ticking off the stuff, and then we will we'll go back through in a second. No Divine Beast shown, I guess, yeah. Didn't see any underground areas specifically. Yeah, we got at least one of the new runes detailed. The nuts and bolts building mechanic was kind of explained. New species. That's all we got. We definitely did not get a bingo, but I did not expect we would, so we'll just, yeah, was what it was. Yeah, I want to go back and look through this footage again, because now that I know what we're looking at, yeah, so I'm
like
assuming...
the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a vast world
let me
to explore.
turn the...
Of course, it's not
resolution
just the same
up
world
here.
as is. It's changed in many ways. If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself when the game launches. In this game, the vast world of Hyrule.
Okay, can we glue things to the horse? I
reaches
have no
high
idea.
Into the sky.
Yeah,
You'll notice
the constructs are a new species. I ticked new species. Getting superpowered fusion power and attaching dead guardians to your creations. Oh my god, wielding a tree branch with a guardian corpse on the end of it.
some land masses floating.
When you
up there.
dove into the river, the ascend power light up for a second? Maybe. We'll have
We
a
call
look.
them Sky Islands.
Can you get a double horse by gluing two horses together? So
You're probably wondering.
I'm gonna make a guess that this thing up here is another way you can get to the Sky Islands. He said there were multiple ways. I think this is gonna be another one. Maybe it's just a shrine, but like I feel like it's another way up to
How
the
do you
Sky
get to the
Islands.
Sky Islands when they're so high up?
2 horsepower.
If we take a
Oh,
look.
dogs confirmed. Dogs are
something's
back.
falling from the sky. Do you see it? I wonder what that is. Let's head over to it.
Maybe you could make a horse carriage?
We're
I'm
almost at the
really-
spot where the object fell.
I'm honestly really glad how little they've shown us. And like, as much as I was like, no, don't end it here, show me more. I don't want to see more. What they've shown me here has gone, oh fuck, that's a bunch of shit I did not expect that's really cool. I know a lot of people have been going, this game's out in 6 weeks, like, show us something. There's a bit of me that was like, look, I'll watch it if you put stuff out, but I kind of just want to go in not knowing anything. And if I would have respected the hell if they just put sequel to the Breath of the Wild, it's just out, and they said nothing. Because, like, the moments like this, I want to have moments like this while I'm playing. Will you be streaming any of this? Danny Lion, I will be streaming so much of this game. When the original Breath of the Wild came out, I did a full playthrough on YouTube and Twitch, and I will probably do the same. I will probably be doing the same when this comes out. I will be streaming a lot of this.
Okay, let's use one of Link's new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell... Look, it started rising. This power is known as
Okay,
recall,
so there's a
which
limit to
rewinds an
how
object's
far you
movement.
can rewind a thing. But
Since I just
presumably
used
you could,
recall
like,
on
get the
fallen
plus
rock,
version of
I
it
can
or
now rise
something.
into the sky. We're a lot closer to the Sky Islands. Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them. There are a few other Sky Islands floating here too. I made it. There are lots
Yeah,
of
dragons
ways to
are
reach
definitely
the Sky
back.
Islands, so we hope you'll try a few different methods. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Dante Sapien, hell yeah. Heading off to defeat the big bad guy on a mini-legged super tank loaded with every guardian laser you can find. Yeah, here's the thing. Genuinely, I don't want to know any more about this. If they do any other directs, I will probably skip them. This has given me enough of a taste. The thing I was worried about is it going to be, like, the thing about Breath of the Wild for me was the unknown and the exploration, and I was worried about, like, hey, look, if we're just going back to the same world, will that sense of exploration and wonder and new things to see be gone? No. They've given a good sense of they have put a lot of weird new shit into this.
Okay, now we're on a slightly bigger sky island. Just like on the surface, there are several man-made structures. Some trees are also growing.
Yeah, there's man-made structures up here.
You won't see
Okay.
many of those yellow trees on the surface, though.
Hmm.
Let's walk around for a bit.
Yeah, these are definitely like the islands. These seem so much like they're the islands from Skyward Sword.
There's a branch on the ground.
I want to pause on the weapon fusing menu and see like
Find
what
something like
info
this,
it
you
gives
should pick it
us.
It might come
Because
in
there was like a
handy
little
later.
preview of what it was going to change on the stats.
Let's continue. Oh, something's there.
I
This
want
is
to
a
look at
brand
that
new
little...
enemy called a construct. We'll fight
Guess
it
it
using
makes
the
some
branch we just
Skylanders.
picked up. Ah, the branch broke. Not good, not good. Quick, get another branch and... we defeated it.
Yeah.
Moving on. We've now explored more of this sky island. As expected,
Yeah, weapon durability
fighting
is
with just a
back,
branch
but
won't get us
the fact that fusing weapons does seem to re-up their durability is interesting, and I wonder if there will be more things like the Master Sword that just don't have durability or can be repaired or
very
something.
far. Also, this branch is almost broken. So here's another one of Link's new abilities. If we use this branch and the rock over
Okay, so yeah, so we're selecting what
here,
to fuse
this.
with what.
look,
Okay, it gave us a
we
plus
can stick
attack
them
up.
together.
It didn't tell us the durability had gone up. Okay, interesting. It just tells you what the
We
attack
created a
boost is going to
makeshift
be.
hammer. This is called fuse. You can
Yeah, I
stick
want to see if
objects
you can
together
fuse
to
more than
create
one
new
weapon
weapons
together.
with various effects.
Like, could you... You've got branch plus boulder. Could you attach a spear onto the end of your branch boulder?
Let's take on another
Or is it two
construct
things
with this
max?
fused weapon.
In terms of weapon fusing.
We're dealing with two of them at once. Oh, we beat one. The weapon's attack has definitely improved. The other branch broke, but this weapon has much better durability.
Yeah, I think it's
You
only
can
shown
do
up
all
to
sorts
2.
of things by experimenting with the fuse ability. You can fuse two weapons, for example. If we take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork, we can create a weapon
Yeah, so it shows us the stat plus, but it doesn't tell
with
us
a much
anything
longer
further.
attack
Gosh, yeah, there is going to be so much room for experimentation with this whole moveset.
range.
Yeah, when they used the arrow, they combined the arrows with the icy choo choo jelly. It did replace the leaf, so you probably couldn't put leaf and choo choo jelly on arrow. So yeah, so it's combining two things
With
at most.
this,
But
we don't have to get too close to enemies, and we
sorry, I'm just picturing like have the Master Sword, but something else on the end of the Master Sword. Like the Master Sword with a hammer on the end of it. Bam, bam, bam. Sword plus arrow.
can safely attack from a distance. You can also fuse arrows with materials in your inventory. For instance, try
Yeah, so what sort of stuff can we fuse to the arrow? Honestly, can I just say the monster eye being what turns your arrow into a homing arrow is fucking genius. It is the best part of this trailer, and it was just hiding in plain sight, and of course that's how you make a homing arrow.
try fusing this leaf to an arrow.
Yeah, so presumably like the mushrooms would give you like the spore stun cloud effect and things. The ice effect would give you ice. The leaf would give you sort of wind knockback. I wonder if you could like, let's say there's a bunch of wolves around, attach some meat to an arrow and fire it at your enemy, and then the wolves will come try and attack the enemy because you fired meat at them. Like, that's my first thing I want to check, is can I fire a hunk of meat at an enemy to get, like, wolves to go attack that enemy? Doesn't that see...
Fuse an ice elemental.
That's how you know this is a good gimmick for this game, because I'm already starting to ask those questions of, would this work like this? The Batwing I'm seeing in here, an arrow that, like, goes a longer distance before it, like, trails off in its arc, or maybe flies faster because it has wings now.
Material to an arrow, and you can freeze faraway enemies. Very useful.
Right.
In addition, let's see.
Yeah, what about your boomerangs? They could be homing, or attach a fan to it and blow everything away. I don't think you're going to be able to sort by effect. I honestly think it's going to be like experiment and learn through play
There's a bird flying around.
what the combos do.
If you're out hunting, you might feel that aiming with an arrow is...
Honestly, this is making me want to go back and replay Breath of the Wild. I want to finish replaying Breath of the Wild before this comes out. This has like really gotten me back in the mood for exploring Hyrule. Maybe this is what we stream for the next few weeks. We just stream Breath of the Wild, replaying Breath of the Wild, maybe do it on hard mode.
It's too difficult. Apparently, my eyes can't track fast-moving objects as of late, so my shots rarely land. So, at times like these, here's an eyeball you can get.
Also, Anuma, I'm pretty sure you're joking, but let's say you're being serious. Your eyes can't track fast-moving objects anymore. Maybe lobby for accessibility settings in Nintendo games if aging is causing you to struggle with playing. But yeah, really cool if you're not a great shot. Plus, again, it's a use for the eyes. Like, it's making the monster parts functionally useful in combat. I cared so little about the monster parts in the base game.
Defeating monsters. Fuse it to an arrow and...
Yeah, screw it. Breath of the Wild replay is going to be our Twitch streams for a while, I think.
Let's try this.
Getting ready for this coming out. Yeah.
Just fire in that general direction. It's very simple. Depending on what you stick together.
I am really surprised at how
strong
strong the homing effect is. That is really nice.
I fused a mushroom to my shield. Now, you're probably wondering if this has any use. Well, this mushroom is actually a puff
It
fruit.
looks so ridiculous, the mushroom
Let's
on the
fight an
shield,
enemy
but
with
it's
this.
it's functionally useful. I love this
I blocked
nonsense.
with the shield. Okay, there's smoke now. The enemy's lost sight of Link, so... attack! Even if you struggle with combat, you can take down enemies using similar methods.
Fuse an apple to an arrow
In
to
the
keep the
previous
doctor
game,
further
you
away.
usually get powerful weapons by defeating strong enemies. But in this game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a...
Sorry, I've just realized. Look at this huge log. You could put that log on your shield. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you could have a log on your shield.
But in this game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon. There are even more gameplay options for sticking things together.
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
demonstrate.
Okay.
Some of the Sky Islands even have rivers. We'll want to cross this
Oh,
one,
I don't know.
but swimming across it...
Battering
well,
ram.
The river's too
Oh,
wide.
if you could do stronger parries because you have a log on your shield, so you do better parry effects. Oh.
For
Using
that.
a stick with a log to make it the ultimate stick.
Of
Be the
course,
stick
there
you were always
isn't
meant
anything
to
that
be.
resembles a boat around here.
Okay, yeah, so this hand icon is your, like, fusing
We'll
things
lift up
that
this
aren't
log
weapons
and
together.
attach it to a second log.
That makes sense. The icons are
Let's
starting to
do
come
one more.
together.
We'll bring this over here and attach a third log. It's a makeshift raft. This is another new ability called Ultra Hand. Even though the logs
Ultra
are
Hand is a
currently attached,
stupid name, but
they
I'm
can be
kind of
detached.
into it.
Let's modify the shape of the raft. You can always attach things or detach them
I
like
hate
this.
that they've made Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts into a cool game.
Now, if we
You were
put
ahead
this
of your
on the
time,
water,
Nuts and Bolts.
It's made of wood, so the buoyancy will keep it afloat. We've made a simplified version of a boat.
Oh yeah, no, there's so
However,
many.
it
There's gonna be
won't
so
move in
many
its
speedrun
current.
strats. There's gonna be so many strats for like, okay, on the Great Plateau, you make this one vehicle and just catapult yourself.
State, so we'll need something to propel it.
Can you fuse a sword to a sail and just point it at an Octorok in the water? They did show having like a door on the end of a stick, and you swing it, and because it's a big flat door, it created a gust of wind. Like that seems to be a thing.
Forward.
we don't talk about the goo.
Hmm.
Well, some of the bigger
There's
enemies in the
something
last
here.
trailer had like a
Let's
pendant
try
around their
hitting
neck that seemed to have a vial of that goo.
Oh,
So it seems like
wind.
that's going to be part
It's
of
blowing wind.
part of
Looks
how
like
we do
found a
this.
fan. Why don't we try attaching it?
Yeah, I reckon there's going to be some degree of upgrading to Ultra Hand, but
We'll attach
yeah, could
another
you
one.
glue enemies to the floor?
This should make the boat
Maybe?
well balanced.
Like, they've shown me just enough here for me to be, like, infinitely curious. Also,
Okay, there.
let me just, like, stop and look at that very detailed mini-map with, like, there's a house on it, and one of the houses has a tick, which presumably means you've already been into that house. And there's a battery symbol, and I'm guessing, like, a shrine symbol. This island's layout looks a hell of a lot like the starting island in Skyward Sword, with the river that becomes a waterfall. Oh, I guarantee someone's gonna, like, reference check this map, but I think it might be the starting island in Skyward Sword. Yeah, there's proper coordinates on it. When does this come out? It's in 6 weeks. It's 12th of May, so it's about 6 weeks away. Oh, it's DVW. It started half an hour ago. We're on our second watch of the trailer. We're like going through pausing things. Here's mainly what you've missed. There's a new power that rewinds time. Like if you want to get to the islands in the sky, you watch a big rock fall down from the sky. You rewind time on it and ride it up. Weapons and your weapons and shields. You can fuse things to them. So like you fuse a monster eye to an arrow, now it's a homing arrow. You fuse a boulder and a stick, and now it's a club that you can hit things with. And you can fuse items together to make, like, this raft that we're making.
Attached. Alright, let's try moving the boat. Hey.
Yeah, this is such a
moving.
dense 10 minutes.
It's sailing pretty fast with
I
the
like
from
that
the
you can
fans.
have food on your quick menu.
Since we added 2 fans, we should be able to cross the river in no time. Alright, we reached the other side. In the most recent trailer,
Yeah.
we showed scenes of Link riding a large car and a flying machine.
Yeah, it's wild. They
Those
show
vehicles
they
actually
gave such
aren't
an
in the game
interesting
from the
set of
start.
ideas in 10 minutes.
Instead, you'll be able to
So yeah,
freely
here's like
craft
fusing
them
to
on your own.
create
There are all sorts
you wanna
of
make, like, a
objects
vehicle?
you'll come across in this game. And depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them. So, try crafting different things and explore this world at your leisure.
you can make a flying
There are
raft.
even more new abilities.
Yeah.
Take this building over
Okay.
here. Okay, watch this.
Look, yeah, no, look. They would have sold me on just here's a new Zelda game, but like,
Look, I passed right through the ceiling.
yeah, I'm still blown away that this ability works anywhere there's a ceiling. I really thought this was going to be limited to like specific areas.
This new ability is called Ascend. If you're in a place with a ceiling, you can go
El Storko, I wouldn't put it past this game, right? Yeah, glitchless speedruns. Glitchless is such a meaningless term in a setting like this.
through to the floor above you.
Yeah, you just sort of swim through.
There are some restrictions, but what's great about this ability is that as long as there's a ceiling, you can use it anywhere.
But again, look, I shouldn't be surprised that this ability works no matter where you are, as long as there's a ceiling, because, like, if there's one thing that I think really defined Breath of the Wild, it's, if we introduce a mechanic, it's going to work consistently. I think with the exception of climbing, and those walls inside shrines that were unclimbable walls, every mechanic Breath of the Wild introduced was, like, it's going to work consistently no matter what. And that's what made that game so interesting in terms of ways you could, like, completely break it, because it's like, yeah, no, you can just, like, you can stasis a rock and hit it a bunch, then climb onto it and ride it like a projectile. Why wouldn't you be able to do that? And I feel like that is continuing here. It would feel weird if that ascent ability didn't work in some places. They introduced, like, their philosophy has seemingly been with these games, if we introduce a mechanic, it works everywhere that it should work. That it would make sense for it to work. And I really like that.
For example,
Yeah, the
this
alien
place has a
abduction
cave with a
icon
hill
for
right above
going
it.
through the ceiling is great.
If we use the ability here,
Also, I don't think these robot things are necessarily malicious. Like, we've invaded their home. I don't think they're necessarily malicious, because this one just appears to be, like, watering the plants or something. It's like, oh yeah, sorting the plants. I don't think they're, like, inherently a enemy species. God, you have to swim through so much rock there.
At the top of the hill.
Yeah, they're definitely
In the
NPCs.
previous
Cool.
game, you had to use stamina to climb a mountain.
God, there's so much I could be pausing and freeze framing and asking questions about. There's going to be so many, like, here's 100 things you didn't notice in this 10 minutes videos by the end of today.
But in this game, if there's a mountain with a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up. Here's another example. Imagine you're stuck in a cave.
The swimming animation through rock is wild.
You know what to do, right? Exactly. Oh, there's another construct.
Yeah, so the enemies can use fused weapons as well.
Some enemies are equipped with fused weapons, so battles will play
this
out
is
a bit
literally just a
differently
stick
from the
with a
previous
door on the end of it.
Ah, it blew me away with wind. Looks like it's got some sort of fan.
It made a fan for itself.
Ah!
Yeah, this is
pushed off.
Oh
well, let's just return to the surface. You can quickly descend from the sky to the surface like this.
What if you can attach fairies to your stuff?
Feels so good.
A fairy arrow. Oh, imagine if... So, modders have put co-op in Breath of the Wild, and I don't think we're going to get co-op in this, but hypothetically, just roll with me for a second. If they put co-op in this, and you could put a fairy on an arrow and shoot it at your friend in co-op to give them health, you could shoot health at them. It seems like you can descend from anywhere, yeah. Curious about the range of that ascent power. I feel like the first trailer implied you could use it to get to the Skylands. Yeah, I feel like... Here's the thing. I feel like if you're stood below one of those sky islands, and you're, like, directly below it, there's no reason why you couldn't zoom up and... Yeah, there's definitely been a trailer where we seemingly went, like, from the ground up to the sky through a... Is there a definition of ceiling that if there's something above you? Because if so, yeah, if you're here on the ground and the sky island is up here, and you can go through the sky, reach the sky island, through the rock, and onto it? Because I'm pretty sure we've seen that in a trailer. God, you know what? I know that this is, like, quite a long stream. I think we should go back and watch the previous two Tears of the Kingdom trailers after this, now that we know what's in here, because I want to see, like, what makes sense now that we understand these mechanics.
In the sky, you'll be able to look out across the land.
Yeah, I love that you have these grid coordinates
that pique your interest. Once you've chosen your destination, you can speed things up, like this.
Oh, that zoom down to the ground is
Let's dive into this
so
river.
good. Oh, yeah.
And we're back on the surface.
Yeah. Someone said this a second. Look at the UFO icon in the top left. The zoom up to the sky icon was visible for a second there. Presumably because we were under one of the sky islands.
But let's leave it at that for now.
Oh, yeah. We're currently under a sky island. We weren't a few seconds ago, but like now we're under a sky island, I reckon.
What did you think?
Okay. Let's go look at the other Tears of the Kingdom trailers, like, in order, and see what we can make sense of. Well, no, it was during the moment he was underwater, but it was also a second moment when he stepped out the water. So, yeah, I reckon you can get up to the Sky Islands if you're underneath the Sky Island that way. Yeah, who or what the fuck are you? Because you're clearly the thing that's on the Joy-Cons, I think. Yeah, I fully expect Meat Arrow to be a monster bait. Yeah, I reckon we're gonna have 7 like, I'm really hoping that we're getting 7 dungeons and that's what the symbols around are. I'm so excited that the Ocarina of Time Goddess gems seem to be coming back. Maybe you can ascend when you fall from an island for a limited time so that you can return. Yeah, but we fell off and could ascend for a second, walked, couldn't ascend, and then could ascend again. So I don't think it's that. I'm glad these mechanics they're showing off seem to be so consistent. So yeah, so this is getting up to the Sky Island by rewinding a rock. So we've seen that. I'm looking out for fused weapons in any of the shots now. I'm still curious what the fuck this glider thing is. Yeah, do the Sky Islands move around? I have no idea. Yeah, that first trailer was so short, wasn't it? God, they gave us, like, nothing. That first gameplay trailer. Okay. And this was the other one we saw not that long ago. Okay, can we make anything out of this? Can we learn anything through what we're seeing? None of the Divine Beasts have shown up in any of the trailers. I assume they're not here. I assume that they are gone. They used up all their energy fighting Ganon or something. We can call them Skylands just so that we can call their inhabitants Skylanders. Yeah, none of you are wielding, like, combined weapons, I don't think.
Rise, my servants. Sweep over.
Okay, there have definitely been Sheikah Towers, or an equivalent of Sheikah Towers, and from what we know, this might be shrines. It's unclear, but this might be a shrine.
Eliminate this kingdom.
Are we certain the Sky Islands aren't procedurally generated, at least in some cases? I don't think they will be. That's not Nintendo's style. I fully expect them to be, like, specifically crafted locales.
Leave no survivors.
Let me look out for those. We've definitely seen Sheikah Towers, or their equivalent. God, the narrative seems so dramatic. Yeah, this is the other thought. Is this the other way we get to the sky, maybe? Because if we're going on the premise there might be two links, I wonder if this is how we swap back and forth between the two of them, maybe. Or if this is the entering a shrine or going to the underground thing. So this enemy appears to have a vial of the green glob stuff that you use for fusing things around its neck. So that's interesting. I initially thought that this was going to be like a limited resource that you had to like use up some of it from your inventory to do the fusing. But the gameplay today seemingly hasn't like suggested that. Yeah, it does seem to have something stuck into its head, and I do wonder whether that's like glued to its head. Yeah, you see what I mean, right? I'm still convinced there are two different playable characters. That like it's the Link we know and someone else. Alright, I know these Sheikah Towers are here. I'm just like, now that I'm looking for them, I'm completely missing them. Yeah, there's a lot of enemies with essentially hats on. I'm curious about the hat things. Also, this enemy seems to be made of the same stuff that the boom explosion sword we're going to see in a second is made of, and I do wonder whether you've sort of crafted out of... maybe it's increased maximum capacity of goo power, but again, we didn't see like a meter for goo power.
But Link,
I'm gonna have to scroll back because I know there are Sheikah Towers in this. Oh, yeah, there was... Okay, it's very small. This is not the best shot, but I knew we'd seen them. Where's my mouse? There's a Sheikah Tower down there with lights around it. There's been a bunch of them in the trailer. They all have spotlights shining up around them so you can see them at night. There was a battery meter when you rode the boat. Maybe that's your goo power? Maybe more goo power equals longer lasting batteries? Yeah, we didn't know what this was previously, but now that we look at this shot, this is so clearly an arrow with an eyeball on the end of it. For the homing arrow. I love how much of this shit has just been, like, in plain sight. That's just a monster eyeball on an owl. Some of these mechanics have clearly just been in plain sight. Is this cannon, like, stuck on the end of a different weapon if we look at it now? Maybe not. Do wonder if this is two things fused together. Yeah, I feel like this might be a fused weapon. I feel like this might be a cannon attached to the end of a stick. And that's interesting. Yeah, I'm wondering if that thing at the back of the car is just like a big battery. Like, your thing will run for X amount of time normally, but if you find a battery, you can make it run for longer. Maybe that's what you're collecting the goo for, is to, like, increase the capacity of big battery. So, like, that enemy we saw with the goo around its neck is more fuel we can put in the big battery. Yeah, headlights. Yeah, there has to be some way to increase your vehicle, like, your battery capacity. Because I wouldn't trust riding this high in the sky with fans that lasted as short as the ones we saw in the 10 minutes of gameplay did. Yeah, sorry, I know I keep scrolling back. No, yeah. Oh yeah, no, I noticed the goo connecting things together in the last trailer, but I assumed it was only going to be for building vehicles. I hadn't considered weapons. That's the thing, is like, they showed off this trailer, I was like, oh yeah, you can stick stuff together and build vehicles, but I hadn't considered it was going to go beyond that, to be like, no, you can just fucking glue a sword to a mushroom and now it's a stun sword. Is this why the Master Sword's broken? Is that you're gonna fuse other shit to the handle of the Master Sword? Is the Master Sword your, like, default base for, I'll just, like, fuse shit to this? That's totally gonna be it. We're totally gonna have the handle of the Master Sword if we want to fuse shit to it. Fuse up a goblin arm to the end of the Master Sword. The Master Sword with a goblin arm just wiggling around on it. I want this so badly. Yeah, maybe it will have special interactions of some kind. Master Sword with goo-powered add-ons leading to Frankenfee.
Please, lend him your power.
Yeah, I don't want to know anymore. This has been a really interesting nearly an hour we've spent dissecting 10 minutes of footage. God, the temptation to, like, end the stream and then come back in, like, 10 minutes and just start playing Breath of the Wild. If people are in the mood, I've got, like, an hour. I could start doing some Breath of the Wild for, like, an hour. Start a fresh save, see how we do. Put it on hard mode. Up to 4. Nah. No, I shouldn't. I've got other work things I should be doing. Maybe. What time is it? Let's look at things. I'm not going to today, but tomorrow night on Twitch, 10 p.m. UK, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to start a replay of Breath of the Wild. We're going to put it in hard mode. We're going to just see what happens. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. This has been a really fun reaction stream. I'm glad people came along. I will try and get the VOD of this up on YouTube. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Bye.